Good day everyone, I am BEVEROSE NACUA. So today we will talk about the importance of fire drill and its training for preparedness in case of having a fire. So we all know that fire can happen at any time of the day. We as a student, we don't have the power to predict when and where the fire starts. But as humans evolve, we are capable to stop the fire. Removing the basic elements to create a fire is, for example, a method that we've been used for the past century, which is the water, to remove the oxygen by creating a fire. But nowadays, we've been using a lot of tools and equipments to put down the fire. For example, the fire extinguisher, the water hose, indoor fire sprinkler system, and fire alarm to inform others about the fire. So as I've said earlier, that fire can happen at any moment, including in our home, either in our workplace, and especially in our schools. So as you observe that many schools have taken consideration by implementing Fire Prevention Month by providing students to train fire drill. Also, this training is help others in how to respond when a fire broke up in a school. So by stopping the fire from spreading, together with the specialized tools, equipments, and other household utensils. And also this program also helps on how to be prepared on what to do and how to respond when a fire broke up. Also, in case if the fire is out of control or the equipment is melting and malfunction, the fire drill program also provides a safe location and a safe area where you can stay yourselves safe and gather in the assembly location. So now let's move on to the ways and what to do before, during, and after the fire. So the best thing to do before a fire is to create and practice a fire escape plan in order for you to have an idea and guide where to exit in case of having fire. Second, make clear fire escape routes. Third, check the fire alarms and fire detection system regularly. Lastly, much better if you install a fire extinguisher at home. So now let's proceed during a fire. Step 1 is to stay calm and low, close to the ground while proceeding to the nearest fire exit. Second, if the fire is not yet spread across the area, turn off the breaker and bring all the important documents that could possible to bring. Third, if your clothes catches fire, remember to stop, drop, and roll. Lastly, if you cannot escape, call for help using a torchlight or a light-colored cloth from a window. So now let's proceed after a fire. So the first thing you would do would be call 911 and check for your family, colleagues, or friends that you are safe. Second, be sure that all individuals who are injured, be it from burns, smoke inhalation, or injuries incurred while escaping, are treated by a doctor. Lastly, do not return to the building until given okay by the fire authorities. For minor fires, make sure that there is no damage to the structure of the home that could cause its collapse. There are also basic fire safety tips to prevent from fire. First, keep flammable materials away from heat sources to avoid from occurrence of fire. Second, keep matches and other flammable objects out of reach of your children. Third, you should keep an eye on the burning candles. Third, store flammable liquids such as gasoline and other cleaning materials outside the house. Last, when using cooking gas, check for gas leaks and always ensure that the LPG tank is stored in a well-ventilated area to avoid the accumulation of gas vapors. By doing it will help you to familiarize and reinforce the proper practices and actions to be taken or to respond whenever you encounter a fire, so that you can safely evacuate in a safe area in an orderly manner. Also, you can save 100 of lives by doing it so. So now let's proceed on how to properly use the fire extinguisher that will be discussed by Ms. Nicole OSMIL.
Fire drill training teaches us what to do or how to respond when the fire occurs. This is because it is way better to respond quickly than to wait for the firefighter to arrive. Doing this training is important because it helps us to reduce damage and can save many lives as the process. So in this video, students will be able to learn how to use fire extinguisher properly. Just remember the word pass. E. Pull the pin. Pull the pin so you will be able to discharge the extinguisher. A. Aim. Aim to extinguish the nozzle at the base of the fire. S. Squeeze. Squeeze the lever to discharge the extinguishing agent. Releasing the lever will stop the discharge. S. Sweep. Pointing the extinguisher at the base of the fire, move the extinguisher from left to right or back and forth in a sweeping motion until the fire is out. When the fire is out, continue to watch the fire to ensure the fire is not ignite once again. If the fire comes back, repeat the pass method. So let's do the recap. P. Pull the pin. A. Aim. S. Squeeze. And S. Sweep. Remember, fire can be harmful and fatal, so do not put the fire to yourself unless it's safe to do so.
Good morning, I'm Hannah J. GRACIA.
And I am FRANCIE DUGA.
So we are here today to discuss about the important things to do and to remember during an earthquake.
So earthquakes are results of sudden movements along faults within the earth.
And it can lead to widespread damage, destruction, and loss of life. But there are more things to do and to remember during an earthquake.
The first one is stay calm. Then the second one is drop, cover, and hold. Then the third one is stay away from windows. Then the fourth one is be aware of falling objects. Then the fifth one is if you're outdoors, move to an open area. Then the sixth one is be prepared for aftershocks. Then the seventh one is check for injuries. And the last one is listen to updates and instructions.
Next, we're going to elaborate and demonstrate the important things to do and remember during a earthquake. First is stay calm. The first thing you do every time there's an earthquake is to stay calm. Avoid yourself from having panic attack. Because panic can lead to poor decision making and that increase the risk of injuries.
So the second one is drop, cover, and hold. So drop to the table to prevent being knocked over. Take cover under a sturdy piece of furniture like table, desk, and hold until the shaking stops.
The next one is stay away from windows. So windows can be shattered everywhere during an earthquake. So we have to keep ourselves from them to avoid the injuries which is caused with the broken glass.
So the fourth one is be aware of falling objects. So you have to distance yourself from heavy items that may pose a risk of falling on you.
So next is if you're outdoors, move to an open area. So find an open space, preferably away from the tall buildings, trees, and other structures.
So the sixth one is be prepared for aftershocks. So be prepared for additional shaking and take same precautions even after the main earthquake.
The next one is check for injuries. So after the shaking stops, check yourself if you have injuries and apply first aid if necessary.
Being prepared, staying calm, and knowing how to respond can greatly increase the chances of avoiding injuries.
Good day everyone, I am Cherry Luby SOROñO.
AF AMPO.
We will be discussing about the basic life support and first aid.
Basic life support. It is an emergency procedure that consists of recognizing respiratory arrest or cardiac arrest or both and the proper application of CPR to maintain life until a victim recover or advanced life support is available. Also, it is a medical care which is used for patients with life-threatening illnesses.
We all know that basic life support is an emergency procedure that consists recognizing respiratory arrest or cardiac arrest, and CPR is part of it.
Demonstrating the CAB or the compression airway breathing, and CAB is the easy way in doing CPR.
So the first thing is to do the compressions. And then the next one is to check the airway, your pulse. And then the third one is to breathing. Strike 5 separate times between the person's shoulders blades with the heel of your hand.
First aid is the provision of initial care for an ill or injured person, and usually performed by a lay person until professional care arrives or definitive medical treatment can be accessed. It is generally consists of a series of simple and in some cases potentially life-saving techniques that an individual can be trained to perform with minimal equipment.
Splinting. Splinting is support those broken bones, like the arms and the legs. And then now, I will be demonstrating the proper way in doing the splinting.
So splinting, it is a way where you protect your broken bones. So you just simply slowly turn the bandage you use, and you need to be careful to prevent those possible damages you can cause to your patient. Be sure that it is safe and sound. So this is a proper way in doing the splinting to prevent those broken bones that have been injured in the arms or either in the legs. So first, relax the patient and the injury, and then apply a compression elastic bandage firmly to the injury that extends well beyond the injury. And then elevate the injured part. So yeah, this is the proper way of bandaging your sprains on your feet or where you have injured. So that's proper.
The importance of learning basic life support and first aid, because it gives us those to prevent the situation from becoming worse, and it teaches us to properly manage the critical medical emergencies.
Life support is very important in our lives because this teaches us how to manage those things in danger, or for example matukan ka, aware ka nga kanang this is what to do, this is the right thing to do kung matukan ka. So dapat aware tang tanan for in case of emergency we already know how to do that specific situation. And that the first aid, it prevents us those broken bones, those fractures. Though we need to understand and know those important things to do for be able to prevent and help those in danger, so that we know, we prepare, and we already know how to paint, how to put I how to we know how to recover those fractures and anything that is
Hi, I am ERICKA KIRSTEN v SURALTA, and
Hi, my name is MAXIN YABO, and we are here to discuss our learnings of environmental protection and management. So, this topic focuses on solving problems arising from the interaction between humans and environmental systems, and it includes issues related to conservation, pollution, loss of biodiversity, land degradation, or environmental policy. So the aims of environmental protection and management is the sustainable management of environmental resources to balance and uses values for current and future generations. Because of environmental problems arise from human demands of the environment, solutions must focus on dimension of ecosystem.
furthermore, as we learned and tackled about the environmental protection and management, us as a human being have the very evident responsibilities of taking care of our environment, as we always use and keep in touch with them while having a relationship with the nature and our environment. That's why we need to make some ways of protecting it in our daily lives every day. And in simplest way, we can do it at home. As a human being and as a concerned citizen, we always do something that our simplest way of contributing to managing and helping in protecting our environment, and that is through 3 R's, or the reduce, reuse, and recycle. Our first R is reduce. Reduce. It refers to minimizing the amount of waste we create each day in our daily lives. It is the best and most important way of minimizing our impact on the Earth's environment. By means of reducing, we do such waste as reducing the amount of resources that we use every day, such as water, fuel, and electricity. We do this by conserving the energy, such as the electricity, the water, and the fuel, so that we can make use of it in our time. As always, as we live here on the earth, by not giving any negative effect on it. And other ways is by reducing the amount of materials that we use in our everyday life. As you can see in the video, the lady is trying to reduce and conserve energy or their electricity by turning off the lights that are not used at home. Our second R is reuse. Reuse. It refers to reusing the item more than once. Not because the item is old or the item has been used many times, it doesn't mean that you should throw it away, especially when the item is still capable of doing things that in the first place it is used for, or if the item is still on its stable condition that it is still usable. By contributing in reusing, you can do this by selling that item to other person or still using it as your own, or you can even give it to a friend who needs that item. Here's an example of reusing. As you can see here, the lady is trying to reuse her item that she has been using for multiple times already. And lastly, our third R is recycle. Recycle. It refers to putting a product or an item to a new use instead of throwing it away. By means of recycling, you are breaking down the item or the product to making it into something new from its materials. For example, you have your old or used clothes that are in a poor condition. You can make still or make use of it by not throwing it away, by making it something new, such as making it as your cleaning rags. Here is an example of recycling. As you can see from the lady here, she is trying to recycle this used item. There you have it, guys. I hope you learned something new from this video. I hope you will be one of the people who contributes on the Earth's environment, making it healthy and on its positive status. You can do this by managing your own waste, such as doing the 3 R's, the reduce, reuse, and recycle. Thank you so much. Goodbye.